Okay, we're going to show you how to make a quiz using Google Forms and then grade it with Flubaroo. So the first step is make sure that you're logged into your Google email through school. That way you're logged into everything Google. Then we want to go to Forms. And the easiest way to get there is to start typing forms.google.com. Now, once you're there, we're going to make a new form. So I'm going to select this plus sign. You could use some of these templates that are already here, and there's even more if you click these up and down arrows. But I'm going to start out with a blank one. Now, first I'm going to label or name this form, and then I'm going to set some settings to make sure it works with our school system. I'm going to label this demo quiz. And then I'm going to go over here to settings. You can collect the email addresses of the respondents, but if you do that for a student, it's going to be their student ID number at lisd.org, which I don't find very helpful. But if you're giving this Google form out to teachers who have their name and their email address, it would be helpful. You probably want to restrict everything to LISD users. If you're going to be using iPads, you do not want to click limit to one response because the iPads use just one email. They're all generic, exactly the same. And if you limit it to one response, only one iPad will be able to answer. Okay? So you don't want to do that. Respondents can edit after submitting if you want. You can click that so that if a student decides to change their answer, they can go back and change it. But that would require that they have the exact same email. And they can also see a summary of the text responses. We can also change how the quiz is presented to the students. We can have a progress bar to show them basically how much further they have in the quiz. We can also shuffle the question order if you want to cut down on cheating. You can also allow to show a link to submit another response. So if you're sharing one device, you can have multiple students on one device. And you can also change your confirmation message down here. This one will say your response has been recorded. So I'm going to click Save there. Now, you have the option of adding a form description. This one is for training. Now, we need to add at least 6 questions and at least 3 different types of answer choices. So my first thing that I want to ask the students is their name. So I'm going to say last name, and that's going to change to short answer. I want to require it. And then I want a field for their first name. Change that to short answer. And I want to also require that question to be answered. And I additionally like to know their class period. So I'm going to do a drop-down menu for that one. So class period. And I'm just going to say that I have 3 class periods, first, second, and third. And I'm going to require that one as well. So I have 2 types of questions now. I have short answer and I also have a drop down. And I also need to have one with a picture. So I'm going to add another question. And in this one, I'm going to add a picture in the actual question. You also have the option to add pictures in your answer choices. Now, if you notice, it doesn't always show up. So you just kind of have to hover there and it gives you the option of adding the picture. This would allow you to add it to the question, and this allows you to add it as the answer choice. I'm going to add it in the question. And I'm going to choose an image to upload from my computer. I'm actually using a Chromebook to do this right now today. And I'm going to do the Flubaroo icon. And it's going to insert that into my question area. I have some options on that. I can center align it. I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to say, what colors are in the icon below? And instead of multiple choice, I'm going to do checkboxes. Okay. Now, checkboxes allows me to have more than one correct answer. So there's red, there's green, there's also blue, white, And I'm going to add one that's not there, yellow. And that can be graded differently in Flubaroo. If you wanted, again, you could put different pictures, like you could put a picture of the different colors, or if you're a math teacher, you could put 4 different graphs and say which one matches the slope. So you're going to continue in that manner, making sure that you're adding questions and you're requiring them. If you don't require them, that means that the student can skip them. So you can add titles and descriptions if you need to, images, you can add a YouTube video, and you can add other sections, which is a little more advanced. And you can ask me about that later. But that's the basics of how you make a quiz in Google Forms.